The other day while we were talking about Pokemon with some friends, someone brought up how disgusting they think Pyukumuku is. Everyone else thought they were crazy. I mean, Pyukumuku is damn adorable. But it did get me thinking about disgusting Pokemon. Not the outwardly disgusting ones like Garbodor and Lickitung, but the ones who hide their grossness within a cute, cool, or downright bizarre design. I'll be going over Pokemon I think are disgusting, despite their apparent innocuousness. Just a few ground rules first. Disgusting does not equal bad. It simply means I find it deceptively gross for one reason or another. In fact, I like a good chunk of the Pokemon on this list. 2. I won't be focusing too much on Pokedex entries. Everyone knows how infamously disturbing they can get. Any day now, one could come telling us Sabo pees from his mouth or Chansey eats its young. Instead, I'll be focusing on the design, abilities, and inspirations for each Pokemon on the list. 3. I already said this, but I want to reiterate it. This is deceptively disgusting Pokemon, meaning Pokemon who clearly aren't designed with their gross aspects front and center. If I see any, "Lol, you forgot muck" comments, I'll slap myself because now there'll be a ton of those comments. Finally, I'm going to try not to be too disgusting in my descriptions, but if you're afraid of being grossed out, it's up to you to duck out. Without further ado, let's go and defend Pyukumuku's honor. So, I looked more into Pyukumuku, and I sadly have to agree with my friend. It is kinda gross. Still very cute, mind you, but also pretty messed up. The adorable pink spiker is based off the real-life vegetable of the ocean, the sea cucumber. This squishy little fella lies at the bottom of the sea and feeds on waste, hence why it has Purify as a signature move. This little cutie helps keep the ocean, and his allies, clean. So wholesome. Less wholesome is Pyukumuku's way of defending itself. Real-life sea cucumbers have an automated defense mechanism where they blast their interior organs out at would-be predators, regenerating new ones later on. Pyukumuku's signature ability is called Innards Out, referencing this. You know that little hand that comes out of its mouth? Yeah, that's its guts. It whacks enemies with its guts. Thankfully, it's not much of an attacker, and keeps its innards in as long as it doesn't counter or get KO'd. So make sure to keep this precious cinnamon roll peaceful and alive to avoid losing your stomach, seeing its stomach. While not a Pokemon that most would call adorable, Victory Bell seems harmless enough, if a bit nasty looking. Like the last entry, the horror comes from the fact when you realize what it is and what it's doing. This bulbous buddy is based on the carnivorous pitcher plant, which traps its victims in its deep interior and slowly digests them. The entire time I've had my Victory Bell floating next to me in Let's Go Eevee, I couldn't stop thinking about what it would be like if I looked inside its gaping mouth. I'd imagine it wouldn't be pretty, and would probably smell even worse. If I were a trainer dumb enough to catch one of these things, which I would make sure to keep my precious bug babies far away from its nightmare vortex of a mouth. Warning, this is the most biased entry on the list. I hate Jellyfish. I hate them with a passion. I think they are the most terrifying creature on Earth. They are immortal nightmare machines that exist to cause pain and suffering to all living things. If I was swimming in the ocean, I'd rather face a man-eating shark rather than a jellyfish. Because at least a shark follows real-world logic. Jellyfish. Case in point, there are two Pokemon lines based off of Jellyfish in the series, Tentacruel and Jellicent. Tentacruel is exactly what I would expect if a jellyfish was sentient. It's pissed off at the world and wants to destroy everything with its stinging nightmare tentacles. Jellicent manages to be more deceptively disturbing, but its ghost typing is entirely accurate. It's an immortal mass of complete terror that wants to float up to you and fill you with stinging pain with its giant, flappy tentacles of sadism. This entry exists because I hate Jellyfish, and I want to shout it to the world. I hate you, Jellyfish. Goodra is probably the most popular Pokemon to appear on the list, and for good reason. It's got an adorable design, and looks so damn happy. But Goodra is one of those things that gets worse the more you look and think about it. It's covered in sticky slime, like constantly dripping. That can't be fun to be around. You'd constantly have to be cleaning up after it as it leaves its gooey mess behind wherever it goes. And if it's close to you and gives you a hug, as stated in the Pokédex entries, your clothes are now covered in slime. Hope you've got a spare set of clothes nearby. Oh, so, can we talk about that green stuff dripping off of it? The coloring of that is very off-putting, and makes me think of something very disgusting. No, thank you. That's a straight-up frozen snot. Like, that's literally what it is. Bulbapedia refers to it as nasal mucus. It's cute and adorable, sure, but it constantly has snot on it. What the actual? But things get worse in its evolved form. Take a look at Beartic for a moment. See its slick ice beard? By combining the logic of its pre-evolution to its current form, you come to realize that his ice beard is really just frozen saliva. He is trapped in a state of complete and utter drooling. Imagine how many trainers must have touched it, thinking it was just a cool ice beard, because that's what Pokemon have, cool features. No pun intended. Nope, you're touching frozen spit. Go wash your hands.